What is going on, guys? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So as you guys read in this morning's video, I'm going to be quickly going over what my watch list is looking like for today, August 1st, as well as, why I see potential in these particular stocks and ETFs in my watch list here. Let me just quickly change this date for you guys because I don't know why it says July. Well, I don't know why it says July 25th here. I'm going to change it to 8/1/18, and happy August to all you guys out there. We just turned over a new month. Hopefully everybody had a great July out there. I personally had a good July. Hopefully all you guys, had a great July as well. So let's quickly get into what my watch list is looking like. So we're seeing LABU here is the first ETF that I'm watching for this for today pretty much. And for those of you guys that don't know, LABU is an inverse ETF. Its inverse is LABD, and these two ETFs, they trade based upon SPS IBI, which is an S&P biotechnology index, pretty much meaning whenever this index is pushing up in price, LABU is going up in price as well, but whenever it's going down in price, LABD is going up in price. And judging off this chart, guys, we can see that SPS IBI is at a dip right now. We do see it is on an uptrending pattern over time. It took a nice dip at about 7,800 where it got rejected by the resistance point here. We see a resistance point was formed at about 7,800 here. Then it had trouble getting past it here again for about a couple of weeks here. It was struggling. It was consolidating at about 7,800. Then we finally saw the confirmation of a rejection of this resistance point here as it broke below the EMA line. Then it started to trend below the SMA indicator here, the 50-day SMA indicator. And, that pretty much confirmed to me that SPS IBI, got rejected and is starting to downtrend, right? And during this time period, LABD was a very good play. We see it went from about $21 up to highs of about $27. So for those of you guys that were able to capitalize on that, very good gains there, about 20%. But, now that we see that it's pulled back a nice 20%, this index has pulled back all the way to about 7,100. We're slowly starting to see a consolidation on the 180-day SMA indicator here, meaning that this index could have found its bottom. It could have found its bottom point here as this SMA indicator is acting as a support level. It's not showing any signs of breaking below it to continue the downtrending pattern that it's on. But now it's looking to consolidate here and slowly start to push back up and maybe, continue this uptrending pattern that I have drawn out here by this, trend line. And for those of you guys that are not familiar with my personal strategy when it comes down to trading in the stock market, I like looking at stocks and ETFs that are at dip buy opportunities but are still holding their uptrend pattern. So this one is still holding the uptrend pattern. All we're going to be looking for today is if it starts to push back up, because if that does happen, LABU will end up being a good play. And I don't know where LABU ended up going here, but I'm going to add it right back. So LABU, it could end up being a good play if SPS IBI starts to push up. And we see, LABU is at a support level here at about, it bounced at the support level actually at about $87, and that was yesterday, I believe, or it might have been Monday. See, yeah, we hit lows of about 88 yesterday, pretty much uptrended all day in terms of yesterday's market. But if we look a little bit further, 5-day, 5 minutes, yeah, see, it bounced at about $87, which is shown to be a previous, support point. And we do see I have an alert here set at about $96 for LABU. So if it does break above there at $96, I'm going to be considering, maybe taking a position as a swing trade in LABU. And just to quickly show you guys how much potential for profit this one has to offer, let's say we get in at about $96 up to previous resistance points at about 112, 110 to 115. That's about 15% potential for profit with LABU. So this one is looking good. In terms of my strategy, it fits all the different key points that I look at in terms of taking trades in the stock market. So that's why that is the number one that I'm watching today. And we're also going to be watching the natural gas ETFs today, those being UGAS and DGAS. In particular, we're going to be watching DGAS. But before I get into why we're going to be watching DGAS, It's pretty much because it seems that you guys here has gotten rejected by the 180-day SMA indicator, meaning that this indicator is acting as a resistance level, right? We see the candlesticks got close here. Instead of breaking above and shooting back up in price, they broke below it. They're starting to break below the EMA line now, indicating that, natural gas and UGAS itself is slowly starting to downtrend again. And the final confirming point here that it's been rejected and it's downtrending in price is if it breaks below this 50-day SMA indicator as well. And for those of you guys that don't know, natural gas ETFs, they're UGAS and DGAS, and they trade based upon /NG. And we do see that natural gas, pre-market hours before the market is open, it's currently 8:30 a.m. They are trending down in price, and they're continuing to make lower lower price points. Now, if we look to the 1-day, 1-minute chart, we see it bottomed off here at about 275, shot up again here to 278. Now it's slowly starting to pull back a little bit. Sorry if my voice is a little raspy. It's like this every single morning. You know how that goes. But, yeah, so we're seeing a slowly push down in price in terms of natural gas. So, the one I'm going to be really focusing on for the rest of this week is DGAS, ticker symbol DGAZ, because this one's going up in price whenever natural gas is going down in price. And what we do see and notice with DGAS is that it did bounce on the 180-day SMA indicator instead of going below it and continuing the downtrending pattern that it was on for the most of last week. So we do see it topped off here at about $28. Saw that nice healthy pullback. It dropped down about a couple percentage points. Yeah, it dropped down about 10%. And now we're seeing some nice consolidation. We saw some nice consolidation on the SMA indicator. Now it's slowly starting to push up, and we can better see this, and I can better illustrate this for you guys, on this 20-day chart. We see, it bottomed off at about $23, and from there, it's slowly been starting to push up. It broke above the EMA line. And, now it's slowly starting to break above this 50-day SMA indicator. And that's the main thing we're going to be looking at with DGAS, that it holds this position here above the EMA line, and it slowly starts to break above the 50-day SMA indicator. And as well, guys, we want to keep our eyes on natural gas to see if this one keeps pushing down below and starts to make another lower low. We do notice the lower low here, the previous low, was at about $2.70, so that's a key price point to take a look at and keep in mind with natural gas to see if it breaks below that. So that's what I'm doing with DGAS and the natural gas ETFs. So another one I'm going to be watching is ticker symbol BAK. This is one that I got from my swing trading scanner in my scanner video about 1 to 2 weeks ago. If you guys were able to check that out, you saw that I ran the scanner, and BAK was one of the stocks that we were able to look through the scanner, compile a couple of stocks and pick out ones that fit my strategy. And, BAK was one of those stocks. And, it's been actually performing pretty well, right? This goes to show that you can find stocks, very good plays, with scanners. So I ran the scanner, found the stock. I think when I ran the scanner, it was at about like $25, $26. I don't really remember. I don't really recall. But you guys can go and check back at that video if you guys want to. But, from when I called it out, it could have been here, but either way, it's been uptrending in price from this low bounce point here at about $22. It's been trending above the EMA line. It's been trending above the SMA indicators, and we got a further confirmation here that it was pushing up in price as it bounced at the 50-day SMA indicator. And once it bounced here, shot back up, and the EMA line here was acting as a support level, and again it bounced here on the 50-day SMA indicator. So this one, this one's following our strategy, my personal strategy, in terms of it took a dip, right? And now it's slowly starting to push back up and uptrend. And these are the stocks that I like watching and that I like putting my money into for short-term swing trading investments. So, it's been pushing up. It's been uptrending in terms of these indicators. But, now it seems like it's a little overextended. The RSI level is showing that it's a little bit overbought, right? And for those of you guys that don't know how the RSI level works, it's the relative strength index. And what we notice here are these two bars from, ranging from 30 here to 70. I don't know why the 70 is not showing, but this bar here is 70. And pretty much whenever these lines are getting closer to the 70, oh, see there, it popped back. Once these lines are getting closer to the 70, that means the stock or the ETF is overbought, meaning that it might not be as good of a time to hop into that, trade into that investment right then and there. But once you know the lines are getting closer to the 30 level, that means the stock or the ETF is becoming more oversold, meaning that it might be a better time to hop into that stock. You should not use this as a sole indication for that, but it's one of the tools we use in order to make that decision, right? So we do see, for an example, as it got lows of about $21 here, what we noticed with the RSI levels is that, they're extremely oversold, and from here they start to push back up, and we notice that, the RSI levels are shooting back up as well, showing that the stock is becoming more overbought, more people are buying it. So you guys get how I use this and how other people use this in terms of taking trades in the stock market. So again, it's been confirming the uptrend pattern that it's on, bouncing on these indicators. All signs are showing that this is a nice little swing trade. But what I am going to be waiting for, since I did say the RSI levels are a little overbought, is for a little bit of a pullback, maybe closer to this EMA line, before I take a position in BAK. So that's what I'm doing in terms of BAK. Another one I'm watching is ticker symbol RUN. I actually day traded this one yesterday. We do see it bounced. It went to lows of about $13.80 pre-market hours yesterday. Yeah, we see that right there, right? 10-day, 30-minute chart. We see it bottomed off here at about $13.70. For those of you guys that don't know, I was actually swing trading run. I kind of broke even on this particular investment, hopped back in at about the $13.70 range, $13.80 range, and I day traded it yesterday, selling at about $14.30. Made a quick little 2.5% on this particular stock. But I day traded this one yesterday, right? But I'm still watching it as a swing trade, as it does fit my personal criteria in terms of my swing trading analysis, right? We like to put money into stocks and ETFs that are uptrending over time, that are in dip buy opportunities, but have not broken that trend of the uptrend pattern, right? We do notice that run has taken some nice pullbacks, has taken some nice corrections in the stock price, and it's pushed up every single time since there. It's made a higher high and, a higher low. So what we notice here is that it topped off at 1650, pulled back to about 1440. This is where I originally got in. I broke even right around here, right? Then we saw that big pullback again about like 2-3 days ago. Might have been, it was definitely last week actually. Yeah, it was last week, right? We saw the big pullback to the 1370s, or it might have been Monday. And then I got here, day traded it yesterday. And now what I'm going to be watching with run in particular is if it breaks above this EMA line right here and it starts to push back up towards the 50-day SMA indicator. Because what we do notice with run right now, and if we're looking to swing trade this stock, we see there's a big red candlestick here right below the EMA line. And what that means, guys, is that, it has not yet to break above the EMA line. So this could be a resistance point for the stock. And if it does end up pushing down here, guys, this is going to be a break of pattern, especially if it breaks below the 180 SMA indicator. That's going to be a huge break of pattern for the stock, and we're going to be really be careful and not really looking to put money into it if it does break below that particular SMA indicator. But let's say it bounces here and starts to push up, that's going to be a more attractive move in terms of run for me to look at it for a swing trade. So that's what I'm doing with run, ticker symbol RUN. And another one let's quickly talk about is Eli, ticker symbol ELY. And this is another one of my subscribers shouted out to me. It's Callaway Golf, ticker symbol ELY. And again, this one has been on an uptrending pattern over time. It topped off at about $21, took that nice little healthy pullback, and the EMA was acting as a resistance point here, but then it seems like it bottomed off at the 180-day SMA indicator, as we notice here, and this slowly started to act as a support level. It bounced there a couple times. It shot up above here, right? It started to ride the EMA line as well. It bounced above the 100, or excuse me, the 50-day SMA indicator, right? And what we notice here, guys, it's kind of been flatlining at about $19, $19.30 for the past couple of days, but it's still holding above the 50-day SMA indicator. So what we're going to be watching with Eli is that if it does end up pushing back up, let's say to the 1950s, 1960s, especially above the 1980 price point here, that's what I'm going to be looking at because that's a previous resistance point, and I might as well just add an alert right now for you guys. And for those of you guys that don't know how to add an alert, you pretty much just right click wherever you want or wherever the price is that you're on. We see here that I'm at $19.80. You pretty much align the cursor with what price you want. You do a right click, you click create an alert. We see here ticker symbol Eli, spread, stock, price, always at mark, right? Make sure it's at mark. And here you can do at or below, at or above, below or above. But for me, I want Think or Swim to notify me when this stock is at or above $19.80. So that, right here, boom, $19.80. Click create. And there it is, guys. So now it's going to notify us if it does pop above 1980. And that means to me, that's going to be telling me that, this stock bounced on the 50-day SMA point. Now it's slowly starting to push back up in price. And that's going to, put it back on my radar. And at that point, it's going to be fitting my swing trading strategy. So that's the couple stocks and ETFs that I'm watching today, August 1st, pre-market hours. And I recommend everybody out there, take some time before the market if you're very serious about trading. Take some time before the market, create a watch list, really look at different stocks and ETFs and plan out your day in terms of these different stocks and ETFs. Because if you have a bunch of stocks in your watch list, obviously not every single one is going to go according to plan, but the whole idea here is to have enough stocks and ETFs in your watch list as to where, if some of them don't go according to plan, it's okay, but some of them will go according to plan, and those will be the ones that you end up playing, right? That's the whole idea here of having a nice built watch list that fits your particular strategy as a swing trader, day trader, whatever you guys are out there watching this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. If you want to follow me on my Instagram and Twitter, the links are down below in my description. And I'm building a Facebook page as well. That should be live within 1 week. I'll let you guys know more details about that. But again, make sure to do your own research when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. Do not buy or sell any of these stocks based off of my opinion or anybody else's opinion out there, because that's not how you're going to become a self-sufficient trader over time and an investor over time. And that's the whole entire goal of this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, found some value in it. Let's make some money today. Peace.